Can we build the Arc Reactor using Arc Reactor technology? A device that is a source of pure infinite energy, which Tony Stark, also known as Iron Man, built inside a cave from a box of scraps.
Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave with a box of scraps.
Is it actually possible to build Iron Man's reactor under such difficulty? In fact, some scientists are actually trying to make something like Iron Man. By the way guys, this video is the first episode of a new series called Science Behind Scene. In this series, we will decode the science hidden behind some iconic scenes of Hollywood and sci-fi movies like Iron Man, Interstellar, Avatar. In every episode, we will see whether the concept shown in the movie is actually possible or just imagination. And yes, this is the first episode of the series, so if you like the blend of space, technology and movies, then trust me, this series is made for you. Tony Stark, a genius billionaire playboy philanthropist, a man who had the world's most advanced weapon technology. But one day, during a missile demonstration in the desert of Afghanistan, Stark's own bomb explodes against him. Shrapnel pieces enter his chest. When Stark regains consciousness, he finds himself in a dark cave because he has been captured by a terrorist organization called the 10 Rings. They have only one demand: build the Jericho missile. And Tony says, okay. But inside that dark cave, Tony Stark is planning something else. There is a scientist with him named Dr. Ho Yinsen who is going to say something that will change Tony Stark's entire life, and this is where the story of Iron Man begins. Yinsen builds a crude electromagnet and implants it into Tony's chest so that the shrapnel does not reach his heart. But there was a problem. That electromagnet needed continuous power and a battery was not enough. So Tony thought, why not make something powerful enough to run forever? And that is where the Arc Reactor is born. According to the movie, the Arc Reactor is a miniaturized clean energy source, a small device that can theoretically generate infinite energy. Stark's original large-scale Arc Reactor was in his company headquarters, a massive energy core that could power an entire city, but Tony miniaturized it. Initially, its main job was very simple: to power the electromagnet that keeps the shrapnel away from his heart. Tony realized that if this small device can save my life, it can change the whole world. He installed that Arc Reactor into the core of his first iron suit, Mark I, and the result? A walking tank powered by something that fits in the palm of your hand. Later, Stark upgrades to new suits, new reactors, and finally a palladium core reactor. As the movie universe progresses, we see that the technology keeps evolving. In short, the Arc Reactor was not just an energy source, it was Tony Stark's heart, his purpose, and his redemption. But here is where this gets really interesting. That was just a movie. The question is whether we can make all of this possible with today's technology. Can we build a real Arc Reactor? Sounds improbable, right? Told you, science has reached the door of the impossible. The Arc Reactor is basically a clean, infinite energy source. According to the movie, this reactor is based on the principle of fusion. Fusion means when two light atoms combine to form a heavy atom, and in this process, a massive amount of energy is released. Now, this is the same process we see every day inside our sun. Every day, the light that falls on us is also the result of billions of fusion reactions. Inside the sun's core, hydrogen atoms combine to form helium, and the energy released comes out as light and heat. Tony Stark simply thought that if I put this fusion reactor in my chest, I can fulfill the world's energy consumption. It sounds simple, but in real life, it is not simple at all. To perform fusion reactions, we need some impossible conditions like temperature around 100 million degrees Celsius, pressure equal to the core of a star, and magnetic fields that can confine plasma in a single bubble. That is why scientists around the world have been working on this mission for the last 60 years, and this mission is called ITER. ITER is a mega fusion project where more than 30 countries are working together, including India, Russia, USA, Japan, and Europe. In a small town in France, this mission has only one goal: to achieve a fusion reaction where output energy is greater than input energy. It has a circular donut-shaped chamber called a tokamak. Here, hydrogen isotopes deuterium and tritium are injected, then heated to ultra-high temperature so that they turn into plasma, a glowing gas where atoms break and mix. Magnetic fields control this plasma. Sounds cool, right? But this project is not that simple. ITER scientists say that we are building an artificial sun without the size of the sun. Now comes Tony Stark's real-life counterpart, the Spark project by MIT and Commonwealth Fusion Systems. Spark is basically a compact fusion reactor, smaller, faster, and more modern than ITER. But it uses the same tokamak design with high-temperature superconducting magnets. These magnets are so powerful that they confine plasma more tightly and efficiently, which allows the reactor to generate more energy even though it is smaller. The difference is not much, just that ITER and Spark are the size of a building, and Tony Stark's Arc Reactor fits in your hand. There was another problem in the movie: palladium poisoning. Basically, radiation from the reactor's core energy core was poisoning Tony's bloodstream. In real life, palladium is a heavy metal that the body cannot tolerate. But the situation shown in the movie was symbolic. For Tony, that reactor was a metaphor, a machine that was both keeping him alive and killing him. To solve this problem, Tony creates a new element, which technically is possible, but only in labs and even then extremely unstable. In the periodic table, heavy elements like unoctium and flerovium exist for just a few milliseconds. By now, you must have understood whether it is possible to build this or not. No, obviously not. But still, some startups and organizations are in this race. Lockheed Martin's compact fusion reactor, Orbitron prototypes by Avalanche Energy, and Marvel Fusion. Yes, this is a real company, not Marvel Studios. All have the same goal: to build a reactor that is small, safe, and energy positive. But no one has achieved it yet because there are many challenges. The biggest challenge is that to keep a fusion reactor stable, we need superconducting magnets that work at extremely cold temperatures, nearly -270 degrees Celsius, which is close to absolute zero. Some scientists are also working on quantum batteries, but for now, just understand this: building Iron Man's Arc Reactor is not possible for us yet. It's just a fictional device based on a real scientific dream, fusion, and we are on the edge of controlling it. Maybe not today, but someday soon. Well, if you liked the first episode of this series, then don't worry. Just like the video and subscribe the channel because many more such videos are coming in this series. Till then, stay curious and subscribe the channel.